This is
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing that the time is 5 o'clock and it is the
Board docs.
meeting immediately following the annual meeting, it's my job to open the meeting, so I will call the meeting to order. We do have Mrs. Starmer will be here about 5:30, and I know Mr. Twiddell is online, and I know Mr. Locke was possibly joining online. Here's Mr. Locke. A moment, please. Hi, Jim. Five o'clock to start. Okay. Oh. Okay, and I'm looking at Mark right now. So Mr. Luck had trouble signing in.
He did. Is he in his school board lock account?
Are you in your school board lock account? Okay.
And he should be on the public meeting link
Yeah.
of the two I sent him.
And we're gonna start with public first. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, Jim. Sorry. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wrong link.
Yeah.
We should wait for.
It's good stress.
I'll bring up comments in case he has any.
Ed, are you there? Can you hear us?
I am busy stuffing my face with a late lunch, so I will
Or
try
not?
to not in
We're
throw
just
that in your
waiting
faces. You
for
don't need
Mr.
to-
Oh, there we go. This is the new, unconfirmed Jim not bring it.
So this is not being recorded.
It is being
Oh,
recorded.
it is being recorded.
Yeah.
Is it externally?
This
In
is
public.
public.
This is public.
This is public,
Yeah.
and then once the board reorganizes, we will go into non-public.
Okey-dokey. Oh, right.
Mr. Locke, I may have just sent you a request on your screen. There you go. I think that's it. Got it.
Excellent. Wonderful.
So
Okay,
he can share his screen if he wants.
perfect. So everyone is present except for Mrs. Starmer, who will be here about 5:30. The first thing is reorganization of the school board. So at this time, I would take nominations for chair of the school board.
Everybody's gonna say Charlie, right?
I would nominate Charles Hanson. I second.
Second and third.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, I would ask that the board vote on the nomination of Mr. Charlie Hanson as chair of the Interlake School Board.
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Aye,
Jim,
Jim.
Mr.
Yeah.
Travell?
I'm good.
Aye.
Excellent. And it's always my pleasure to turn it back over to the chair.
Very good. Thank you, Mary. So next up, we have nominations for vice chair. Do I have a nomination for vice chair? I'll make one. Duncan?
I'll second that.
Any others? Any other nominations at this time? Hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and call the vote.
I nominate Abe Guerin.
Abe Garrett. Very good.
I'll second Abe.
Abe is seconded by Duncan. You all good with that? It's all good. All right, all those, we're going to do it in order that we receive the nominations. All those in favor of Duncan, please say aye, or say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And Jim has got his hand up.
Aye, yeah.
Did you, Charlie?
I did.
You did. Okay.
All those in favor of Abe, raise your hand, please. I have one. Jim, you already voted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were on a second one.
I was, because we had two people running.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
You missed the campaign.
Duncan got vice chair. All right, now we have the position of secretary. Are there any nominations for secretary?
Nancy is doing a good job.
Thank you, Siobhan. Is there a second to Nancy?
Second.
Is that Joe?
Second
Yes.
by Jim. Thank you, Jim. Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor of Nancy, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Right.
Unanimous. Thank you all very much. So let's roll right into our non-public per RSA 91-A:3 to C, which includes matters if discussed in public would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board, unless such a person requests an open meeting and collective bargaining agreement discussion. Is there a second?
Second.
Or is that, I'm sorry, is there a motion?
That's my motion.
That's your motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Abe. Thank you. I'm going to do a roll call. Duncan,
Yes.
Siobhan,
Yes.
Abe,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
We're in non-public session.
All right, so just a quick transition.
Seeing the time, I'm going to call the public portion of our meeting to order at this time. And would you all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you for coming. At this time, I'm going to open public comment at 6:03. Is there any public comment? And none from online? Thank you. And you want to go straight into the...
Just Scholastic.
Yep. And now we'll recognize the Middle High Scholastic Awards.
And we're going to invite Ms. Criscone to share some highlights from Scholastic Art. And we do have one individual this evening that we're looking forward to recognizing. I'll turn things over to Ms. Criscone.
Okay. All right. This year we had an incredible amount. We had 46 students from Interlakes participate in the Scholastic Art Awards. It's the longest running, most prestigious program for art students in the country. We actually had a total of 27 awards this year, which is amazing. So when they are looking at judging the Scholastic Art Awards, they're looking not just at skill, they're looking at personal voice and expression, and really taking the time to really blend the creativity and skill with personal voice. So we actually celebrated these kids too a couple weeks ago at the Pinkerton Academy. There was a celebrate and award ceremony, so kids got up on stage, they had to bow and speak in front of a microphone. There was an exhibit that was at Pinkerton. We also took them afterwards to a field trip to the Boston Museum of Art and to see the gallery, which was really fun as well, except for the Friday night traffic. So out of these awards, we had number one, we also had we had 6 gold keys, which are moving on to nationals. We had 7 silver keys, 13 honorable mentions. Lila Williams also won a Best of Show award, which is out of the 2,500 submissions in New Hampshire. There's only, I believe, is it 8 best, or there's 7 Best of Show pieces that are picked out of the whole show, and that's grades 7 through 12. Lila's sculpture Eustace, which she created in AP Art last year. Very creative little character. You can see, wait, hold on a second. Oops. Yeah, you can see Eustace, very creative little character made with multimedia. She spent, time, crafting it out of all kinds of different materials. She also, Lila Williams also won a Gold Key portfolio, and portfolio awards are for our seniors. They won scholarships for their portfolios as well. We have Allison's Gold Key. We have Paige Lefebvre's also had a Gold Key portfolio as well. This is Eustace again. And then again, we had Lila won a Gold Key, Jasmine. And then here we are, our Silver Key recipients. We have a couple portfolios as well. This is Lena Bors, who is also doing AP Art this year as well. So I'm just flipping through here. We have all kinds of honorable mentions. Jaden Benoit right here, another portfolio award, honorable mention, Evelyn Champagne, Ivy DeSori K, and then this is Jace Frontiero, who is here with us tonight. If you wanted to come up, Jace. Jace created this piece in mixed media, and both Jace and his brother Cash, who is also here this evening, both of them are incredible artists. Cash does a lot of photography for our school, especially at sports events and things too, so both of them are here tonight. But I think right up here they have an award for you. Do you want me to keep flipping? I'm gonna keep flipping. Yeah. And just to close out, we also have, continuing on just the rest of them, we have Matthew Gavin, Stella Gulick, Riley Hodgman, Paige LaFave, Chase Meekin, Cohen Munster, Curtis Page, Grayson West. And we have quite a few other pieces that were submitted that might not have won an award. Like this right here is an example of Cash's photograph, which is a really beautiful moment at one of the football games. So moving forward, Chloe Moore, Riley Hodgman, Sam Fullerton, Lena Broers. And again, you can see some pieces were submitted individually. They can also be part of a portfolio. As you move forward, Chloe Moore, Jacqueline Davis, Chase Meekin, Ella Shagnott, Evelyn Champagne, Ava Collins, Noella Plant, Adelina Gask, Bella Shagnott, Corbin Clifford, and again, Bella, Adelina, Athena, Jaden, Kiernan, Chloe, Braden. So there's quite a few in here too. There's a few more. So you can see again, we had quite a lot of participants this year and they did incredible work. So all of our gold keys have moved on to nationals as well now too. So they'll be moving forward into national competition. So congratulations. All right. Oh, there's a few more. All right.
And next we have athletics.
And now we'll present the awards for Interlakes Middle High Athletics.
So we're very pleased this evening. We have 3 athletes with us this evening. We have Nordic represented as well as swimming. So we're going to invite our athletes to come up and be recognized. I'm going to turn things over to Mrs. Starmer to read their accomplishments.
So Jolie Ruggles has 2 awards. If you could come up, Jolie. The first is for second place in the NHIAA Division II State Swim Meet, 100-meter backstroke. And the second is for NHIAA Division II State Swim Meet, 500 meters freestyle. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to Nordic ski. The first is to Zyba Patridge for 2026 qualifier for the Meet of Champions. Mary? And the next is for Elsa Bartlett, also 2026 qualifier for the Meet of Champions. Mary?
We're really very proud of our artists and our athletes. You've done an amazing work, and your perseverance and the time you put in, it shows. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. You represent yourself, your family, and Interlake so well. So thank you very much for that. And this is often the time that I will say, you are always welcome to stay for the whole meeting, but it will not offend anybody if you have homework or something to get home to.
The next item we have is some recognition for some donations. And under statute, we are obligated when we accept a series of large donations to hold a public hearing. So at this time, I'm going to open a public hearing on the acceptance of these financial donations. And that is at 6:12. I'm going to read a long list of many people who've supported the field lights for the Charles G. Burroughs Memorial Athletic Field. We're going to Ashley Keenan in the amount of $100. Carolyn Snyder, class of 2025 banner in the amount of $50. Casey Gherkin, class of 2025 banner in the amount of $200. Class of 1966 banner in the amount of $500. Class of 1966 banner in the amount of $1,600. By Anatole Paquette in the amount of $200. Gary Moulton in the amount of $500. Gregory Berry in the amount of $300. Marianne Albert in the amount of $25. Nancy Chandler in the amount of $100. Nancy Letty in the amount of $50. Nancy Williams Hunt in the amount of $200. Paula Kletz in the amount of $225. Additionally, the class of 2025 banner in the amount of $35. The class of 2026 banner in the amount of $500. The class of 2027 banner in the amount of $500. Class of 2030 banner in the amount of $410. The class of 2032 banner in the amount of $445. Dylan Don McIntyre in the amount of $100. Edward and Dana Talbot in the amount of $250. Encore Metal Roofing and Construction banner in the amount of $1,500. Greg and Robin Sandemersky in the class of 2025 banner in the amount of $215. Hayward Family banner in the amount of $1,500. In memory of Kevin Keenan, founding member of the Grandparents Club, in the amount of $25,000. Interlakes Elementary School student leadership in the amount of $1,102.18. Interlakes Middle High Student Council in the amount of $300. Interlakes Middle School Student Council in the amount of $40. Jamie and Michael Laurent in the loving memory of Kevin Keenan in the amount of $250. Crystal Ort in the amount of $10. Lakes Region Flag Football banner in the amount of $500. Lori Fox in the amount of $1,000. Louisa Bryant in the amount of $100. Lovering Volvo Meredith banner in the amount of $500. Lynn Layton in the amount of $500. New Hampshire Broadband banner in the amount of $1,500. Overhead Door Options LLC banner in the amount of $1,500. Pipe Connections LLC banner in the amount of $1,500. Richard and Sylvia White in the amount of $100. Sandwich Central School Middle Multi-Age Student Council in the amount of $204. Stevens Landscaping banner in the amount of $1,500. Tess Sims in the amount of $500. The Grandparents Club in the amount of $1,672. The Interlakes Grandparents Club banner in the amount of $1,500. The Jones Family banner in the amount of $1,500. Victoria Dworkin in the amount of $50. Wicked Cool Mechanical banner in the amount of $1,500. For a total donation of $161,705.18. I would accept a motion to accept all of these donations. And I'm sorry, I have to add, in addition, there's a pledge for $15,000 from the Quimby Trust. I accept the motion from Ms. Starmer in a second. Thank you. And any discussion? Then I would ask for a vote to accept this with great good gratitude. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank you. Thank you for the support that this community has shown through these series of donations. And at this time, I will close the public hearing at 6:17. At this time, I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the February 10th, 2026 regular school board meeting.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any additions or discussion?
Is this the AI one again? Is this what generated this?
No, AI did not generate this.
Okay. It was Sarah.
Sarah did, I really have to give Sarah Briggs a lot of credit. The public hearing was a long meeting. She did a great job. We did make some slight edits that are just in red, just from the first version you saw on Friday. And a note, there was a inaccurate statement made about the operation cost of the lights at the meeting, and I did have a note put at the end of the minutes.
And sorry, just to be clear, this is. And I'm sorry, I skipped over. This is B. We're doing the regular, because that's what I read. We skipped over the budget hearing. We'll do that next. Okay. Forgive me, sorry. So this is, just as I read it into the record, minutes of the February 10th regular school board meeting. And I would entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
I accept.
Okay,
So moved.
second. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion to the meetings of the regular school board meeting? The minutes, rather. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
I abstain.
Okay. Now let's go back to the minutes of the February 4th school board budget hearing. Motion to approve the minutes of the February 4th, 2026 school budget hearing
So moved.
by Ms. Starman. Second. Is that you, Ed?
Yes.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Moving on to item 11, current bills payable, the general operating expenses. Motion to approve the bills, the payment of the bills manifest 3017. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
By Ms. Conley. Second. By Mr. Twiddle. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carries. Thank you. And now we'll hear enrollment report from Ms. Moriarty.
So page 72, you have your enrollment report. We are down slightly for students from last month. You also have the breakdown by average class size and distribution at the elementary level on page 73. No significant changes.
Any questions or discussion?
So, given the amount of attention that this received at the public hearing and over the course of the budgeting process, I would suggest, Mary, that like what you've already started doing is probably excellent homework, just data collection as far as average class size and so on and so forth. I would, and I don't have it. Well, I have it here in front of me. Unfortunately, my computer is not helping me turn my head like an owl so that I can read it. I would suggest that if there is a way, and I don't know what it is. I mean, this whole thing is becoming more of a science project every time. But if there's a way to capture what the sunken costs are, so that in the next budget session or the next public hearing next year, we can have an informed discussion about, hey, this is the sunk cost, what it costs for the building, whether it's one student or 5,000 students. This is the cost of the building. This is that kind of thing. I don't know if I'm making myself all that clear, but differentiating between sunk costs and things that we can actually control might be a piece of information worth having.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mary, I have a question. I noticed that one of the losses is a 12th grader, and I'm curious if that was a dropout or a move.
I don't believe that it's a dropout, but I will confirm that, why that happened.
Do we keep track of the reasons why students leave us?
We do an exit survey that we had put in place many years ago. I think there was, unfortunately, when we did change directors, there was kind of got lost in the transition, but it is back in place. So the school counselors do reach out and have conversations. Part of that is, what was your experience and what are some of the reasons that you're moving on? Generally, it is like a change in, their residence.
Yeah.
First, Abe.
If it's on this topic, I'll defer to Siobhan because I wanted to go back to something Ed said.
Okay, then Siobhan.
What's the completion rate of those exit interviews?
I'd have to look at that. I'd have to try to get that number. We can certainly, I think it would be, something that maybe annually we can try to start presenting on an annual basis.
I think just a generality of whether or not it's high or low is.
Yeah.
If you have that off the top of your head, I don't.
I'd have to double check.
That's right.
I'd be interested in the results of those in some trend analysis on those exit interviews as well. Again, another science project, right? But Mary, as I've said before, when my children left the district, there was no exit interview. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I think that was during.
It's been a couple of years, as
Yeah.
you stated, when and things get lost in handover. I acknowledge that, but it's been a couple of years since we've done these exit interviews. It might be good data to have on hand.
Yeah, we can certainly look to try to do that somehow annually.
Abe.
Yeah, Ed, sorry, just back to something you said a minute ago, that you said sunk costs. I was wondering if you could sort of explain what you mean by sunk costs.
So as we talk about budgeting and so on and so forth, right? There's an amount, and I don't know what it is, but there's an amount of money that we are going to spend every year, no matter what. And I'll use like small numbers and large numbers on the extremes to demonstrate the point. But if we have one child in the whole school, which I acknowledge is not realistic and is kind of a silly comparison, but for the point of discussion, the school still costs, the plant still costs, the janitorial costs still are, the electric still is, the heat still is, et cetera, et cetera. All of those things are things that we're going to budget for one way or the other. If there's 2 students, it's still going to be, we're still going to pay for that to,
Yeah, it's sort of just all the stuff that's sort of enrollment agnostic, right? It's sort of like,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you.
I will say in here, since we're on this topic, there's also a tipping point in terms of the number of students, because you still have to have an English teacher, even if 2 students in the English program leave. So,
That's exactly right.
You
That's
can
exactly
do an
what I'm talking
analysis of what that tipping point might be, but it's not a couple of kids. So.
Any other discussion on that?
I would just to expand on what Nancy just said. I would go so far as to say there's 2 tipping points. There's one tipping point where you reduce staff, and there's another tipping point on the other end as enrollment increases, where you have to increase staff, and we've seen that as well.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to the staffing update. Do you want to do the staffing update?
My apologies.
No, of course.
Staffing update, we're pretty much essentially where we were. Actually, we are in a better position overall. Total open positions is 3 versus 6 last month for paraeducators. For our professional other positions, we have continued to be looking for a speech language pathologist. We are advertising for that for next year. We are in a good position already with, hopefully tonight, if the board approves, a couple nominations with hiring for next year.
Good. Ms. Dolph, would you like to present the year-to-date financial report?
Yes, thank you. Starting on page, actually, sorry, it is only page 75, is your year-to-date summary, drawing your attention to the available balance of just over $1 million, which represents about 3% of the total budget. Below, I do want to draw your attention to salaries and benefits. We do have about $1 million available there. And everything other than salary and benefits, we have about $12,000. And that does show, or Mrs. Moriarty said that we have a speech pathologist position open. So some of those positions we've had to contract out where we may have put the money in the budget to salary and benefits. So that's why you're seeing such a difference there. I'm happy to take any questions if anybody has any.
Any questions from the board? Seeing none, thank you. We're actually going to go back. I skipped over something, I'm sorry to say. We have one more donation item that we need to accept from the Meredith Police Association, proceeds from the alumni game in the amount of $1,730. I would take a motion to accept that donation.
So
And
moved.
they'll be applied to the after prom account.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor of accepting the donation, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And now, moving forward, also, Caleb Terrio, would you like to present the student update?
Sure.
Thank you.
So the Lakerbots competed at their first competition on March 7th and 8th. They placed third overall and ended up winning the Impact Award, which was a huge milestone for the team. That award highlighted the team's outreach and efforts beyond robots. Also, congratulations to Danielle Cornelison for winning the first Leadership Award. The spring concert is on April 13th at 7 p.m. Join us here in the auditorium to support the band, chorus, and jazz band. On Friday, March 6th, over 30 students and staff supported the Special Olympics by jumping into freezing Lake Winnipesaukee. Our group raised almost $19,000. We're so proud of all our Lakers, and thank you to the generous donors who made this day possible. This past weekend, 2 middle high school DI teams competed at the regional competition here at Interlakes. After a long, thrilling day, both the blobfish return of the asparagus and the humble hairy howler monkeys will advance to the state competition on April 11th. FBLA will also be traveling to the State Leadership Conference tomorrow. Good luck to all the competitors as they present their ideas about what business looks like in the future.
Thank you. Now we'll move on. 13, old business. Ms. Moriarty, will you present for the strategic planning and annual community outreach?
Sure. If people could turn to page 77, we have 3 outreach meetings scheduled, April 8th, April 16th, and April 22nd. The 8th will be here at the middle high school. The 16th will be at Center Harbor Town Hall. And the 22nd will be at Sandwich Central School, and that will go from 6 to 8 p.m. We will have babysitting that evening, and we will be bringing forward for discussion our draft mission, purpose, foundational principles, as well as some draft goals for people to consider, as well as an update on the portrait of a graduate. And so we're hoping that people will engage in this important community outreach.
Thank you. Down to new business, new teacher nominations and teacher renewal nominations. Action items, Moriarty, do you want to present about that?
Certainly. So the board has in their packet nominations for new teachers and teacher renewals. And so at this time, I would respectfully request that the board consider approving those nominations as presented.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, I would take a vote on accepting the nominations as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
exciting.
It's very exciting.
And now we'll move on to administrator nominations.
And in a similar fashion, I would respectfully request that the board consider approving the administrator nominations as presented.
So moved.
In a second? Gabe? Abe? Hearing any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, excited. Now into the end of year schedule.
So page 79 in your packet. I am requesting that the board consider setting graduation on June 13th, Saturday at 10 a.m. I am also requesting that the board consider actually removing one student day. We had planned to end the school year on June 18th, but I'm asking the board to consider rolling it back to June 17th. We've had 2 snow days. That additional day, coupled with the 2 snow days, will allow us to have some professional time with staff on Thursday, the 18th, and Friday, the 19th. We're really looking forward to providing some training on our new math program, and an opportunity for teachers to have that training prior to going for the summer is always, a welcomed opportunity. So I'm requesting that the board consider that. We will meet the hour, we will exceed the hours by the state, so it's not a problem in terms of compliance, but it would be a great benefit to us, I think, in terms of professional learning.
Can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Mary, are there any cons or downsides to this that you're aware of?
No, the only, certainly, for families, it's one more day that they have to schedule potentially childcare, as summer schedules, do create a change for families. That, I, certainly am cognizant of that, but I often do find as we get close to the end of the year, many people are pretty grateful for that as well. So I think that, there may be a few people that it's a hardship, but I think many people will consider it a positive.
Any further discussion? I would I would ask for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the support. It's appreciated.
And now on to the 2026-2027 school calendar.
Yes, so in your packet, you have page 80 is the school calendar presented for next year. We do try our best to align this calendar as closely with the Laconia UIT program and with the Winnisquam career program, so that we have the least amount of disruptions for our students who participate in those programs. I think in terms of, what this is presented at as 179 days, the board has supported us with being able to use the day right after Thanksgiving break that as a teacher workshop day. So teachers at the elementary level, that is a part of the contract. It's a teacher directed day that they work on report cards. We are able to use that time then at the middle high to do some training on challenging behaviors, being able to have a system of approach to training for that. And then at the elementary teachers, they have on January 29th, they will have the training, and then the middle high teachers have their teacher directed day, which is the split between the 2 semesters. So those are kind of the highlights of that. I will note that we are starting with students before Labor Day. Labor Day is very late this year, coming year. And so that was really, I would say, again, like trying to align with Laconia and Winnisquam. This keeps us in alignment there. There are a few days that we're off because of our parent-teacher conferences, or the schools may be used for voting in those other communities, so they don't have school on days that we do. We always, we do run transportation for students on the days that we have conflicts, and we do have students who take advantage of that.
I have one question. In the past, we've started on a Tuesday, and this one, it's the last day, Monday is the last day in August. Is that?
That did align with the other schools,
that's right.
but I do appreciate that, yeah.
It was noted in my house.
But that Friday is a day off, right? So
And that
it's
Friday
a
is a day
4-day
off,
week
so it's a
with
4-day week.
Labor Day weekend
Yes,
off,
yes,
right?
yes.
I would entertain a motion.
That would be helpful.
I would have entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Any further discussion?
I just want to make comment on how I realize that this is a tremendous feat to coordinate with the other schools in the region, being on the Hewitt Regional Advisory Board. And it's impressive to do this every year. Thank you.
What I'm amazed at is I was a math teacher, but the number of times we come out wrong with the number of days, the number of people it takes to recount is amazing. And I've done this in different places and we're always finding some problems. So.
I counted 180, but we'll see. Any other discussion? All those in favor of accepting the next year's calendar as presented, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Thank you. And now to the field trip.
So page 81 of your packet. This is informational for the board because it is a new trip. It's a great experience. We have our baseball team has worked very hard to earn funds, to raise funds so that they are able to go to Cooperstown and they'll have a chance to play a baseball game. You have their schedule is on page 87. They will be taking the Laker activity vehicle on the trip, which is really a key component because otherwise the trip would have been cost prohibitive. And so really very grateful to to Dan Curran, Seth Shackford. So Dan Curran is the baseball coach. Seth Shackford is our athletic trainer. Griffin Nyan is our seventh grade teacher, who's a baseball assistant coach, I believe. And Ian St. Cyr, I believe, is involved with the baseball team as a volunteer. So we're very fortunate to have this opportunity for the students. There's no need for you to take action. I'm following board policy. New overnight trip we bring forward.
Great. I know Abe knows how to get there. You could help out. Now let's move on to the school board 2026-2027 meeting schedule.
So this is actually following a similar pattern that you've had. So it's page 90. So it is generally the second Tuesday of the month, except in March, it is a different day, March 16th. In addition, there will be meetings that will be added. Actually, there's some tentative budget workshop sessions, and those are tentative as we, when we get closer to the fall, we'll firm those up. At a very similar schedule.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to accept the calendar as presented.
So moved.
Thank you. A second? Second. Any discussion about the meetings as presented? Hearing none, I'll take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank you.
Okay, good. Any other business from members of the board? Any public comment? Mr. Parsons, any public comment from you? Then I'll close public comment at this time at 6:40.
For joining us.
And our upcoming meetings are April 14th, and that's at Humiston.
Correct.
And then the outreach meetings, as Mary presented, on April 8th, 16th, and 22nd, as shown in our stuff. And then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I think I should make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Abe, you were supposed to. Oh, thank you.
Ed.
Oh, Ed did it.
No, wait.
Oh, yeah.
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks.